Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we're going to look at a beer from BC, from Fernie Brewing Company. This beer is a sour beer from Fernie Brewing Company. It is a split decision Passionfruit sour. We are looking at 5% ABV. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be real passionfruit or if it's going to be passionfruit flavor, because Fernie seems to be 50-50 on which way they go about that. Well, I guess we'll see. We got some stuff to read here. What do we have up here? It's part of their sour series, crafted for you by bike riding, powder chasing Fernie folk. You guys chasing the cocaine? Bring us along on your next adventure. Brewed and packaged by Fernie Brewing Company in Fernie, BC. Don't second guess this succulent sour, packed full of passion fruit with a slight zing. You made the right call. Contains barley and wheat. Beer with passion fruit flavor. Well, there it is. It's beer with passion fruit flavor. Is it beer with passion fruit as well as passion fruit flavor? Because you know a good way to get passion fruit flavor. Use passion fruit. Just saying. A good way. What good way to get lime flavor, would be to use a lime. A good way to get watermelon flavor would be to use a watermelon. You probably want to use watermelon flavor more than anything else. Let's be real, right? To be fair, you probably wouldn't want to use an actual watermelon flavor. Apple, you can just make a brewing fault and have an apple flavor. You don't even have to use flavors. Or certain yeasts at certain temperatures give off an apple flavor. Okay, let's do this. Okay, well, it did have bright white head. It didn't stick around, though. It is fairly cloudy. It is a sort of straw yellow, golden yellow color. No head at all is left on this beer now. We'll sniff the can first. Is it called split decision because, half the people liked it and half the people didn't? Or is there another reason? Half the people at the brewery wanted to use real passion fruit and half of them wanted to use passion fruit flavor. That's why it was a split decision. And one person, the guy that was sick, he was the deciding factor. He was the deciding vote. And he was like, I'm too sick to peel or smush or anything else, any passion fruit. We should just use a passion fruit flavor. That's how this happened. That's why it was a split decision. I got it. Both the can and the glass smell sour. They both smell like passion fruit. And that's about it. Just cheers. Okay. So here's the thing about this passion fruit sour. And I'm going to say it. And then I'm going to say something else. This passion fruit sour tastes like almost every single dry hopped sour on the market. It tastes like a Citra dry hopped sour. And I don't mind that. I don't. It's citrusy. It's very sour. And that's about all there is to it. Again, you could find so many beers on the market that look like this, taste like this, that are the same ABV. In the end, you're basically just looking at which brewery you would rather drink their beer from, what price you would rather pay, because most breweries will have a slightly different price, and what ABV you want. But it's so akin to every other. Well, and again, it's saying it's a passion fruit sour, so that will make you want to buy it. But then you drink it and you're like, hey, this is just like any other dry hop sour out there. Light bodied, easy drinking, citrusy, and sour. That's it. I have no problem with it because I love a dry hop sour. I think my problem with it, and again, I have no problem with it, I think my dilemma here is that I was hoping for something slightly different than what I ended up getting, because it does do what's on the tin. I mean, you should get a citrusy note from what's on the tin. So I can't even take that away from it, but it's just not what I was hoping it would be. It really, really isn't. What the hell's going on here? For some reason, Siri turned on there. Let's just quickly check something here with the Untapped. The people of the Untapped. What's going on over there? Okay, split decision passion fruit sour is a fruited sour. And again, I would say it's basically a dry hop sour. 103 people have tapped it in. 3.82 out of 5. Don't second guess this succulent sour packed full of passion fruit with a slight zing. You made the right call. Brewed with 3 malts, this summer sour ale is refreshing, tart, slight, sweet, and as juicy as they come. The latest addition to our sour series, split decision, is a no-brainer. And I mean, like I said, I have no problem with it. It's just, ooh, here's a 4.75 out of 5 from a Brian C. Sensational. Such a tasty and yummy sour. And it was tagged in a few days ago. Then we have a 4.25 that basically says the same thing. Fernie toasted that one, though, with the Fernie Brewing Company. Then we have a 3.4 that Fernie also tagged. A 1.5, and Fernie toasted a 1.5 out of 5. Intriguing. But here's the thing, right? To say a 1.5 out of 5 on this would tell me that you just don't like sours, because I can get behind disliking certain beers. I can get behind it, I can understand it. I can get behind the agitation that can come with certain styles. But there are some beers that are and I can get behind, brewing faults, or beers that are made very, very cheaply and just don't taste great. And I can also, to an extent, get behind, not liking the McDonald's of beers. I can also get behind not liking some of the most hyped beers, because a lot of times they're very strong flavored. But I mean, if you bought this and you gave it a 1.5, it just means that you hate sours, because it is the quintessential sour beer. It really is. So, and I mean, I know I've had IPAs that I've rated lowly, but it's not like every IPA I rate lowly, or every IPA with a certain flavor I rate lowly. A lot of them are above the 5, well, I guess the 2.5 mark, because I do mine out of 10. A lot of them are above 5. They're just not in the I would buy them again range, because they're not bad beers. They're just not for me. And you know what? It doesn't matter. 7 out of 10. It's not a bad beer. I'm done talking. Cheers.